Que lo que, mi gente? What's good, organic fanatics? You know what it is. Another day. Uh, Congratulations to the New York Knickerbockers and Knick fans, the true ones that ain't complaining and trading and all that. We got that playoff berth. We in the game. Another one. 3 years, 3 out of 4 years with Tom Thibodeau in the playoffs. You can't deny results. The man is doing what he's doing. Salute to the front office, the head coaching staff, and to the players putting in the grind and all the hard work. Salute to Julius Randle for his efforts, and come stronger next year so we can have you ready for the next run for next year. So I'm proud of the New York Knickerbockers this year, and we got to give a side thanks to, I guess, the Heat because of their loss. They got us in the playoffs, so they lost last night. So their loss was our game. So because they lost, that clinched our playoff berth. We're in sole possession of the third place. We still got 3 more games to go. We got a game tonight against the Boston Celtics. Um, I don't see them playing their players all game, so you're looking at maybe Tatum, Brown. I don't know about Porzingis. It's possible, but you definitely want to save him for the playoffs. Make sure he's rested. So I'm looking at for sure Brown, Tatum, Drew Holiday, who just signed an extension of $135 million, so he's going to be there for a bit. They got all of them, and then we're looking at him out of the first half. So we should be looking at them for first half, and then Machete, Jay Blaze, or Johnny Harris, or some of you guys don't. Always talking about resting Brunson. Look, we're trying to make a clean sweep for the remainder of the year. That's just my opinion. I don't see point in resting him. And I don't mean resting him. What I mean resting him is like give him the whole game off. 30 minutes, no more than 30 minutes. He's already broken a lot of records this year. He's 2 or 3 away from being the top. He's in the top 3 of most 40 points in a game. He's only behind Luka Doncic and SGA, so he's third. He has one more to either tie SGA and 2 more to 3 more to beat Luka Doncic. That could be his personal goal. I'm not saying that we need to do it for him to do it or for him to want to be it. He may just have these personal goals that he may want to achieve. So we don't know that between us and the coach or something that he feels he wants to do. He's already this year, what he's accomplished is one of the all time Knicks. He's doing incredible. So if he wants to get records, score, um, I mean, I'm with it. I mean, there's not too much more you're gonna take on. Yeah, he could get hurt and whatever, but it's basketball. You can get hurt anytime, any day. I just don't think he needs to play more than 30 minutes. Anything, whatever you could do in 30. He was efficient the last game. He got to 40 points, I think, with 20 shots, something like 45 points with like 20 shots. So he's becoming more efficient. Different part of his game. He did it with 8 assists. So you can see, and again, there's still hockey assists. You saw a lot of ball movement, so he's not getting the actual assist, but we're moving the ball. If you're looking at Chicago Bulls, they were scattering on defense. They were trying to hustle and get back to the players, so we're figuring out the ball movement and how we're playing with that. When they're seeing the double on Brunson, we're moving the rock. Ihart's moving the rock. Josh Hart's moving the rock. DiVincenzo, even if he's driving, he's trying to find the open player. So we've seen a lot of ball movement, which is a plus. We're starting to gel and get into rhythm. So these games were important that we were talking about. You're seeing Bogey get into rhythm. Again, I was looking for Bogey, Precious to find their rhythm. And those two are mostly situational. Whoever has it going, that's going to be the one that Tibbs is going to ride with. I think he's riding a little bit more with Bogey now because we need some shooting and spacing, only because Mitch is back. So with Mitch and Ihart, we're pretty solid on defense, rebound, and blocking. That's where Precious will be more situational, where we need more size, and if we need more rebounds, he's going to get minutes, but he's just not going to get that many. He might get 10 or 12, maybe to give Mitch a little rest because Mitch is still within the 20 minutes or less mark, unless Ihart doesn't have it going, but Ihart's been in the zone. When Ihart gets north of 20 minutes, he's very productive for us. So you're probably going to be looking, maybe now because we're trying to restrict some of the minutes, you might see maybe 8 to 10 minutes for Precious, so 20 for iHeart or 25 for iHeart, and then 20 for Mitch, or maybe save Mitch a little bit. So you may see Mitch play a little bit less minutes just to keep getting his rhythm, timing, and cardio. It might have Precious play 10, 15. So that's where you're going to see the switching or maybe resting for iHeart. So he may get some of those minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Bogey's in rhythm. I'm looking for these next games for Deuce. For if we do sit Brunson or Brunson does play 30 minutes at those other 15 to 18 minutes that Deuce plays, he plays with continued confidence. If you look at him, he looked confident. He was driving it in the lane, especially in the Milwaukee game. He took it right to Giannis. He was crossing over the players. He was driving. His first step looks a whole lot better than it did at the beginning of the year. So obviously he's a great understudy for Brunson. His first step is looking really good. So before that was something that was very questionable for him. His drive's looking good. He's finishing with finger rolls, which you didn't see before. He's working on his little floater game. I've seen a couple of little toss-up floaters. He might be learning that from iHeart. So he's definitely learning the floater game. He's learning to finish off the glass. He's learning the drive from the line, from behind the backboard. So he's learning a lot of things. Love seeing his maturation this year. Love seeing his growth. So again, those are the players I'm looking for these last three games, especially tonight's game. Tonight's going to be important, even in the beginning, whether it's Drew Holiday, whether it's playing, because this could be a matchup that we see later on. So I think it's important for Deuce to get a couple of minutes this game. I think Precious and Bogey. I'm sorry I'm beating that as a dead horse, but just as you want to see, because these are the players that are going to matter to us in this playoff that we're talking about today. They did great, so how can they play? Because we already know that Brunson's going to do his thing. Dante DiVincenzo. We know Josh Hart, the 10, the trio. And then OG starting to come around with his shot, which OG had 20 points the other game with a lot of, so that was very good. His defense is incredible. So you're seeing he's getting confidence in his offensive game. He looks like he was talking a little bit of smack to the Chicago players. So I like where I'm seeing with OG. We definitely need him in rhythm. He's looking more confident. You can see that Brunson and Dante were passing him the rock for not only for the 3-point shot. He was trying to drive. He missed a couple. He looked like his timing's off a little bit, but the fact that he's making those moves, he's attempting it to go to the basket. He's not hesitating. He's not scared. He's not scared to beat up his elbow or so that's a good thing to see that he's making the push for that. Overall, I'm really happy with what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm seeing these last three games. We're trying to go for that 50 burger. So and again, some people say rest, but this is we need timing and rhythm and confidence. So that's what you need in the playoffs. It's not about rest as much. Yes, you need rest, but I think they would feel more confident and better knowing that they're in rhythm, that their players are in sync, that they going in with a winning mindset, that they won a couple of games. I think that's a little more important at this stage. You only got three more games to go. You're gonna have some rest after the season's over, before the playoff starts, because the playing games are going to go, and then after the playing games, then you're going to have the playoffs. So you're going to have at least a week's worth of rest. So you can rest Brunson then, let him finish the year off strong, let the team finish the year off strong, and go into the playoff confident and with a winning style of playing. That's what I'm looking at. Tonight's game, hopefully it's a W. We should be getting again. I don't think Boston's going to play their players. They don't really have any. This game really doesn't mean anything to them. They might be doing the same thing to try to get their bench players that they want to see in rhythm. Uh, Peyton Pritchard to get him in rhythm. White to be in rhythm. So you might see him starting second half. Peyton Pritchard. Their role players is what they're gonna need as well. So if any one of their players go down, a Porzingis, who's their next man up that they're gonna play. So you're gonna see them play hard. It's gonna be aggressive. I don't see them quitting, especially their second half. Their bench is really good. Their bench is gonna play aggressive, so I can see it as a tight game to the end, even with their bench. Don't lose your minds and saying, "Are their bench is competitive, better than our team? We're gonna lose." They're just gonna play hard. That's all. It's gonna be an aggressive game. We're gonna try not to be injured, just to do the best that we can. All right. So I think we're going for a W tonight to continue that winning mentality. After that, we got the final game with the Bulls after that, and then we got Brooklyn. So we got a couple more games. Tonight's game is going to be great, and then we got the next one is Saturday against the Bulls. So let's get this W tonight. Let's look at what Deuce can do today against Peyton Pritchard, against the White. Let's see. Bojan Bogdanovic, can he stayed a little dominant today. I want to see that today, especially with the second unit that he's got there. I want to see if he can take over, if he can have at least a 20-point game. If he can be close to 20 or get close to 20 today, then you can tell he's in rhythm. Hopefully, he doesn't have an off game. Hopefully, he has the same confidence he had the other game. I'm looking for OG to continue to play possibly through the whole game. We might see OG the whole game. Um, because he still needs his time, he still needs his rhythm, and if he plays against a second team, his offense would be sparked. So I think he would probably look to be more offensively aggressive in the second half with their bench players, where he can get his rhythm for his 3 point shot, his drive, get to the foul line, get his free throw rhythm. So that's what I'm looking for OG in the second half. See if OG can dominate, take over in the second half. But salute to the Knicks, playoff berth again, number 3 in 4 years. Hey, salute. You guys better stand up and cheer. Love your team. Give us a comment what you think. You mad? You sad? You happy? What you thought? Do we rest Brunson? Do we need to rest Brunson? Am I wrong about that? Do we need to rest Brunson? Do you think Brunson needs to sit out the final 3 games? Should he play games? Should we go for the 50 burger? Does it matter if we win or lose these next 3 games? Let me know your thoughts. But again, I'm happy and proud for my New York Knickerbockers. Salute to New Knicks, Machete. Catch us on Friday, 5 p.m. We're going to be chatting about all these games. So tomorrow, 5 p.m. And then Sunday, 5 p.m., we'll be talking about the Bulls game and where we ended up and a recap of all these games that I just gave you little snippets about. So we'll be looking to talk with them. Great shows. Catch us live. Click that like and subscribe. Hit on that and the bell notification so you know when we go on. I want to hear from you guys. Put the comments on the chat. Do we need to rest Brunson? Who's the next man up that you guys want to see in the playoffs from our bench players? Who you think is more important? Is Bogey more important? Is Alex Burks more important? Do you guys want to see Shake Milton? Is Precious important? Who's the next player and what are your thoughts or concerns? Put it in the comments. I want to chat with you guys. Appreciate you guys. Salute to you guys. Let's go Knicks. Playoff bound, baby. You're